So a couple things before we get started. First off, sorry I haven't had a video in over a week. Just graduated college and I've been pretty busy getting used to being back and like unpacking and everything. So that's been a pain. But yeah, got a video coming up now. And then also shout out to Palace Drop. They're very similar to like Supreme Community where they have all that type of information. They shouted us out and included us actually on their webpage, so I'll put a link for that in the description, so go check them out if you guys are into Palace. But with that being said, let's get into the Tommy and KITH stuff that you guys all came here for today. This is just like a little editorial or sneak peek glimpse. It's not like an actual lookbook per se, but basically it is. So what's happening is I think they said 50 people, the like KITH and friends family, whatever. They're on a private island of Mystique. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but basically Tommy Hilfiger owns a villa out there. Ronnie Fieg went out there with those like 50 people, rented out a couple villas, and they're just kind of testing out all the clothing. They're supposedly they're like they're making sure it's like able to use in its its intended environment, which I'm sure like not a lot of people really care about, but it is kind of a cool thing, and more so just like a way for them to celebrate actually like completing this collection, I'm sure. So basically the design process started with Fieg hand selecting pieces from the Tommy Hilfiger archive to highlight and recreate for the collection. So a lot of these pieces that you're going to be seeing are actually pieces that have released like old vintage Tommy Hilfiger from way back in the day. And they focused on Tommy Hilfiger Athletics and then also Tommy Hilfiger Expedition, which if you're familiar with Tommy Hilfiger, they kind of have like these different like branches or categories that have their own feel towards them. Like there's Tommy Denim, which has more so like that collaboration that we saw this fall or last fall from KITH and Tommy. So with that being said, this collection does have a very large focus on sailing. So a lot of these pieces you're going to see are more like nautica, like nautical pieces, boating-esque type stuff. So so they actually made a statement. They said the first collection that they did last fall winter 18, was really to set the tone and highlight the staple, classic, and OG pieces that were the starter kit from when you were a kid and loved Tommy. So that's like referring back to probably like the 90s. Last thing that I want to know about the collection, Tommy Hilfiger, they have produced the products, but KITH was very much involved in sourcing all the materials. So they are Tommy produced, but with a collaborative effort, obviously. And I'm not sure how the last collection was. I'm not sure if KITH produced them, but Tommy probably produced them, just judging by the sweater that I got. I actually probably should have worn that for the video. But anyway, with that being said, that kind of gets the introduction out of the way, and let's look at some of these pieces. So yeah, in this one, you just got the polo, kind of like an all over print. But yeah, anyway, so there's a lot of pieces that you can see in this picture, obviously being the first picture. You got this Tommy Hilfiger, kind of the logo blanket. We've seen KITH doing this a lot lately, where they do the checkered pattern like that. They did it on a ton of Levi's stuff recently. Some nice socks. You got the slides, which I feel like a lot of people will be hyped up about the slides. You got the Tommy flag once again, and then it says KITH on it with a nice little box logo. What else we got? So this one is actually kind of cool. I think they do two different pictures of this where it's just kind of like actually the closet, and these actually probably give you like one of the best ideas of the collection as a whole. Zooming in, you can see we got some like totes on the bottom left, and then you'll see some of these tees later. They're just like a regular tee. They got the box logo with what is it, like Hilfiger on top and KITH on bottom. They got some bucket hats, some beanies, a pouch, and then like last collection they did the shoes, which were more like basketball shoes. And then Ronnie said that these shoes were chosen for this one because he thought they were more like a lifestyle type shoe and more universal than that of the basketball-esque shoe that was chosen last collection. You'll see a lot of these items actually like shown off in the pictures, but there are some that you don't get to see, and I want to point those out. So this one right here, this kind of windbreaker right here, the black and white or else navy and white striped one, we do see the lighter variant to the left shown off in some pictures later. I do like it, but I'm just not a huge fan of it because of how light the colors are, which makes me interested in seeing actual pictures of this darker one, just because I want to see what they kind of do with the font, like how it's colored. So that'll be interesting. Then also the one other thing I wanted to point out, they don't show off any of these. Right here you can kind of see the hoodies with or I think they're hoodies anyway. There might be a shot of them later in the closet hanging up still, but they don't really show them off, and they have like the vertical stripes, very like 90s or like I think it's 90s-esque. But yeah, once again you kind of see like the polo in the last picture. You got these logos branded all over, but it'll be interesting to see if they do like a KITH box logo in the middle, or how they brand it, if there is more branding, or if it's just kind of this like a vertical all over pattern. So like I said earlier, this collection is focusing heavily on boating and stuff. So you got a lot of polos. Here's one of the polos. You got this split red and probably navy, kind of hard to tell, logo, but you got the KITH branding, Hilfiger. Not a whole lot to be said. I myself am not a huge polo fan, so that's a pass for me pretty easily. You got another look at the Tommy KITH socks, and then the slides, and then once again the same blanket that we saw earlier. And a lot of these pictures are just going to be kind of like the same thing, just shown again and again, with a couple different pieces added. So yeah, here's another look at the wardrobe that we just saw. In this one, you kind of get a better look at all the hats that are displayed down here. You kind of got this more like Tommy adaptive look down there, or Tommy sport with some of those hats, and then also a better look at those hoodies I was talking about. And actually, from what I can see, there's like a lot of potential for those. I really like that. Actually might be one of my favorite things from the collection. And these are actually the windbreakers, or this is the windbreaker set that I was talking about earlier. So the one I'm interested in seeing has kind of, instead of the gray bar, you have the black or navy bar. Hard to tell what color it is. And then also obviously the matching shorts. But I think that has potential to be a really cool piece, just for me anyway. I'm a fan of these type of windbreakers. This is more like a jacket than a windbreaker maybe. Looks like a little bit thicker. And then you got the vest, which is actually maybe one of the most hyped items from this piece, from this collection. Yeah, so here's the whole vest suit that they have. Got the yellow and white. Sway Lee is always rocking their real wild colors. So, but yeah, it's a pretty cool vest. I don't really rock vests, so I wouldn't rock it. So here's a better look at that jacket I was talking about, and this is very reminiscent of the this is very reminiscent of the denim jacket that they did last collection, where you got the Hilfiger flag on the back and then Tommy on top, KITH on bottom. But obviously instead of denim on this one, you got this windbreaker material. But yeah, and it's also kind of cool that they have the branding for the flag go along one of the arms also. Adds a little more style to it. Yeah, so, and then also here's the back of the vest. You got that black and red, or navy and red logo, just split, and then the KITH branding, Hilfiger on the bottom. Very clean, but also bold, especially with that yellow. More shots of the vest, and then actually we have the all over print, kind of looks like a velour pant. These actually also might be a little hyped. Last collection they had some similar like KITH Tommy logo ones. This is probably just going to be the red box, the split box logo that we've been seeing from this collaboration, with some Hilfiger branding on the bottom. Comes in 3 different colorways shown here. But yeah, this will probably be a pretty cool tee. And it wouldn't be a complete collaboration without including some undergarments. You got the boxers or the briefs. Then all the socks that are shown off, and then probably like the undershirts that we have seen there. Pretty cool waistbands on the underwear. You got KITH and Tommy both branded, and then you got that all over crest. So here is a look at what appears to be some water shorts, which are pretty cool. You know, you got the mesh and a lot of different color blocking integrated. Cool branding, like half and half split like that. I'm a fan of those. You got our girl rocking the polo with the matching shorts and a waist bag. Here's again all the like velour stuff that I was talking about. You got button-ups, shorts, and like a track jacket, and these all come in different colorways as well. But here are just the ones that are highlighted. Another look at those shorts we saw before, but a different colorway, and a velour bucket hat. And I'm saying velour because it looks like velour, but it might not be. But All right, so here we have some other cool stuff that we haven't really gotten to see thus far. You got the big split logo, but this time split horizontally. And you got the Tommy Hilfiger branding, top, bottom, and then the KITH sandwiched in the middle. And this is a pretty cool one. A little more on the basic side, but a very cool piece indeed. And then on the right, we have the KITH Hilfiger branding, sort of how we've seen it branded on those shorts earlier. Where it is split and then they both share the H, which is cool. That pretty much wraps it up. I don't want to make the video too long, just kind of want to cover a lot of the pieces, you know, give you guys a general idea of what this is going to be like. I wouldn't expect too many more surprises from this. We did highlight some of the items that aren't exactly shown off. So this gives you a very good idea of what the collection is going to be. There isn't a set release date or anything yet, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let me know what you guys think of the collection. Are you guys excited for it? Do you like it more than the last one? Personally, the last one fit me more because I'm not into like boating or sailing or anything like that. But there are some pieces from this collection that I do like and could see myself wearing, definitely. But other than that, thanks for watching. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not, do whatever you want. Have a good day and see you guys later.